Picture this. You're sitting across from a woman with a Harvard MBA. She's brilliant, delivers flawless presentations that save corporations millions, and can analyze complex data sets in her sleep. Yet, when she looks at you and genuinely asks why her last 3 relationships ended in a slow-motion car crash, she is truly, deeply confused. She thinks she was perfect. She thinks she was the prize. Brother, you're living in a fantasy. You assume that intelligence in the boardroom translates to reality in the bedroom. But today, we are exposing a silent epidemic, the systematic extinction of truth that begins the moment a woman becomes attractive. If you don't watch this to the end, you will continue to pay the deception tax in your relationships, wondering why your honesty is punished while your lies are rewarded. Why does truth die here? It dies because of a cognitive glitch called the halo effect. Your brain is a biological machine looking for shortcuts. It runs a beauty is good stereotype, where physical symmetry is automatically processed as moral integrity and honesty. When you look at a stunning woman, your subconscious doesn't see a human with flaws. It sees a goddess and assumes every word out of her mouth is gospel. You aren't relating to the real her. You're relating to a distorted perception fueled by your own desires. We don't see the world as it is. We see it as we are. We project virtue on a beautiful face because investigating a person's character is exhausting, but accepting a beautiful illusion is effortless. This isn't a gift, it's a prison sentence. By projecting virtue onto her based on her looks, you strip her of the one thing she needs to grow, the resistance of the truth. In her world, cause and effect have been decoupled. Imagine working for a boss with a fragile ego who fires anyone who disagrees with her. Would you tell her her strategy is a disaster, or would you smile and call it brilliant while doing damage control in secret? This is the reality for attractive women. They live in an information desert where the truth is rarer than water in the Sahara. From the age of 14, truth goes extinct in her world because every conversation is contaminated by a man's hope for access. The reason for this desert is social validation, the ancient tribal fear of being cast out of the circle of beauty. Individuals suppress the truth because they crave a positive association with the attractive individual. They fear that if they speak the truth, if they say, "Your behavior is toxic," they will be excluded from her orbit. They would rather be a yes person in a beautiful lie than a pariah in a cold reality. Man is a social animal, and for most, the fear of social coldness is far greater than the love of the truth. We have become a civilization of actors, performing for the approval of those we desire, creating a world where the most beautiful people are the most deception-poisoned. We trade our integrity for a front-row seat to a delusion, forgetting that a seat on a sinking ship is still a death sentence. We are witnessing a power-wisdom disaster. In any other field, power is earned through years of experience and failure. But beautiful women acquire adult-level power over men's behavior overnight during adolescence. They have maximum influence with minimum understanding. They can inspire intense devotion, but they don't know how to maintain it because they've never been given the raw, unfiltered algorithm of how men actually think. She acquires this power at 13 or 14 while she is still emotionally a child. From that moment on, she never hears no again without a man trying to negotiate it back to a yes. Her reality model's warped. She begins to believe that her feelings are facts and her desires are rights. She becomes the architect of her own romantic destruction because she is building on a foundation of systematic deception. Let's look at the mathematics of the game. Why do men lie? Because of the honesty-sex contradiction.
In the biological marketplace, being honest with a beautiful woman rarely leads to sexual rewards, while strategic agreement does. This creates a selection pressure where only strategic lies survive in her information ecosystem. Think about the good boy trying to impress a girl. He agrees with her nonsensical takes because he wants her to like him. He's auditioning, not communicating. He's running the good boy protocol, installed by a society that told him to be a golden retriever when her biology is looking for a wolf. He's a rational actor, optimizing for short-term access, but in doing so, he is pouring more poison into her information well. At the root of this entire disaster is the biological imperative. This is the ancient software running in a digital world. Evolution didn't program men to be truth-tellers. It programmed them for deceptive signaling. For millions of years, men used deceptive signaling as a survival mechanism to protect their status and image in front of the opposite sex. If a man admitted he was struggling, he signaled genetic inferiority. Therefore, he learned to perform strength and agreement. He uses strategic dishonesty to bypass a woman's weakness detection system, which is more sensitive than any technology we've ever created. Women are survival creatures, and if she perceives you as a bad bet for her survival, her attraction circuitry literally shuts down. Nature does not care about your morals, it only cares about your DNA's continuation. Truth is a fragile civilizational construct, but deception is a primal reality. We are all biological puppets running code that was written in the caves, and in that code, a useful lie always outranks a dangerous truth. Love is the ultimate biological trick, a chemical high that fades the moment it serves its reproductive purpose. Reality is undefeated, and it doesn't care about your feelings. You can keep feeding the delusion, or you can find the courage to be the bad guy who speaks the truth. The sovereign man recognizes that a woman dying of deception poisoning cannot be his partner, she can only be his project. The red button is in front of you. Push it and start speaking the words women fear, the truth, or keep wondering why your relationships are net negatives that drain your soul. The choice is yours. Don't say you weren't warned. Subscribe to Sovereign Core to keep decoding the hidden algorithms of human behavior. Hit the bell because the truth is the only thing that will set you free. Reality is undefeated. See you in the next one.